If you need the manifestation first, to which you will have a positive reaction, now you're slowing it all way down. Now you've got it backwards. Manifestation always follows the vibration. The vibration is about focus. So when you get it, if we can convince you, if we can get you to make a decision, if someone said, what are your goals in life? And you would say, my goal is to feel happy in as many moments as is possible. We would say, now that you've set joy as your goal, you've got it. You've got it all figured out. But if you say, well, my goals are, by the time I'm 30, I want to have achieved this degree, and I want to be at this financial status, and I want to have this kind of relationship, and I want to have 2.5 children by that time. As you make your goals about the manifestations, and you forget about the manifestation that is the real reason that you are setting all of your goals, then you slow everything way down. But if you set emotional goals, if you decide that how you feel is what matters, now everything picks up for you really fast. Do you agree with us, at least to some extent, that when you're happy, that is a manifestation? Because we want to say to you that in this moment, as you received something that felt like a real manifestation. In other words, it wasn't something you had to conjure in your own mind. It wasn't something that you had to do by going general. We picked you, and you liked it. And everyone saw you bouncing over here. And when you sat down, you said, awesome. And you said, I'm so happy. And so you were having a happy response to a manifestation. We want the happy to be the manifestation. Can you feel the difference? Mm-hmm. So we want to say to you that it is not true and it is not logical that if you are happy and feeling on the verge that things aren't coming. That defies law. So there must be something else going on. You must not be as in advance happy as you think you are. You must be waiting for the manifestation to really be happy. That's the glitch. You're waiting for the manifestation. You're waiting for something to happen to which you can have a happy response. That's backwards. Get happy, and that happy from inside the vortex then causes the manifestation. You follow? As you do your best to de-emphasize the energy around the specifics of the unwanted, then you begin to vibrationally move. So let us be very clear about this. When you really know that you don't want something, that means you really do know what you do want. But there's a stronger vibrational tug-of-war going on in that, that you can accomplish, but it takes more focus. If you sort of know you don't want it, then you sort of know you do want it, and it's easier to make that, except you have less inspiration to do it. In other words, sometimes the things that bother you the most are the things that bring the most inspiration from you. When something really bothers you, what you really want is really strong. It's just that you have to overcome all of that, what you really don't want. And we think most all of you are working too hard at all of this. We want to say to you that there could be 10 really important things that you want, and 9 of them not working out at all right now. If you're taking score, having conversations with your girlfriends, blogging about it, joining lists about it, what you're noticing is hardly everything's working. There's just this one thing that's working. And we want to say, if you would focus upon that one thing that is working and use it as your basis of your point of attraction, the other 9 things would come into alignment, and they would come into alignment fast. But most people are so problem-oriented that they feel like they have to get to the bottom of the problem. And we want to say to you, there is no bottom. There's no bottom, because it gets deeper and deeper. The more specific you are, the deeper it gets. So stop it and go general. And as you go general, then what's really delicious is to keep reaching for the improvement that is also never ending. In other words, it is such a wonderful thing to stand where you are and know that you're not where you want to be. But know that you're in a good place mostly because you know that you're not where you want to be. In other words, my guidance system is showing me that I am offering a vibration that isn't serving me right now, and that's a really good thing to know. So now you're working. We've offered processes. Every process we've ever offered is to assist you in releasing resistance and move more in the direction of what you're wanting. Pick the ones you like, leave most of them alone, and just do what we're telling you today, because it's the thing that's the most efficient from where most of you are. Just go general and you'll feel better. So as you go general, as you are feeling better, what happens is then the manifestations begin to occur to you. The first manifestations of what is wanted that begin to occur is an emotion. Next, you will begin to feel some thoughts will come into your mind. It feels like inspiration. Next, people will begin commenting. Things begin moving. In other words, it happens really, really fast. The manifestations begin to reflect your improved vibrational stance. So now, what has just happened? I knew what I didn't want, which meant I knew what I did want, sort of, although I couldn't speak it very clearly. But I did know that I wanted to feel better, so I did my best to find better feeling thoughts. And in doing so, I came into alignment with what I wanted, where formerly I was more in alignment with the absence of what I wanted. So now I'm more in alignment with what I want, and now I stand in this new place because manifestations that support my movement have now taken place. And now my set of contrasting experiences has shifted. It's improved. It's still contrasting. It's shifted. It's improved. It's changed. So now I start again. I start sifting through the contrast, know what I don't want, know what I do want. But I'm not practiced at what I do want. I'm more practiced at what I don't want. So I look at it, I think about it, I talk about it, I try to find the general place of it, and I start enjoying the deliciousness of getting more specific about it. And as I'm more specific about it, as it manifests to the specifics that I have specified, I begin to feel my worthiness return. I begin to feel my power. I begin to remember who I am. I begin to notice the correlation between the specific things I'm asking for and the specific things that the universe is giving me. And now they manifest. And now I'm off and running. Oh boy, I can feel the power of the universe. But did that mean that the universe took all negative things away? Is it now not possible for me to find out that dolphins are being herded and eaten? Is it now possible for me? In other words, did the whole world turn good just because I spent a day in the vortex? No. Right. It's still the same wonderful, diverse place that you knew it would be when you came forth to sort and sift through it in order to decide what you wanted. So there it still is in all of its diversity, but you are controlling the diversity more because you are more in the vortex. Now you don't have this much of the world to choose from. Now you have more like this much of the world to choose from. You've already honed it down. Now you're choosing from things I like and things I really like and things I really, really like rather than things I really, really like and things that I abhor. In other words, as you keep honing your energy and keep fine-tuning your energy, the universe is delivering to you more of what you want. Now you're getting more specific, and now it's delivering more specifically, and now you're getting more specific, and now the universe is delivering more specific, until in time, and not very far from now, you begin to feel the reason that you came forth into this physical experience. Not to fix broken things, but to be inspired to new joyful becomings, you say. Do you accept that you are eternal beings? Oh yeah, blah, 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 Abraham, yeah, we're eternal. Eternal, 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 we're eternal, we get it, we're eternal, 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 eternal. But do you get it that you are eternal beings? Oh yeah, we get it, Abraham, we're eternal. We're eternal, eternal, eternal. I want to talk about my car, please. Those people at work are really getting to me, Abraham. Can we talk about that? Something a little less eternal. But the reason that we want you to know that you are eternal is because you, in your eternalness, are so at one with this variety in which you are focused, because you know that the variety in which you are focused is giving birth to new preferences, and that's a big deal to an eternal being. Because if you're eternal, you need new ideas. If you're eternal, there must be something new to call you forward. And if there's not something new to call you forward, then you can't be eternal. And you can't have it both ways. You can't be eternal and not be eternal. You're eternal. We're just trying to make you accept the fact that there will always be variety that will always cause you to ask for something more. So when you make peace with the variety that is causing your expansion, as the source within you has made peace with the variety that is causing your expansion, then you'll be like source and you won't freak out either in the contrast. Instead, you will accept the contrast as a wonderful, life-giving, life-promoting, eternally promoting thing, you see. Once you've decided that you want to go somewhere, once you've decided there is a paving that has taken place vibrationally and a manifestation that is vibrational that is calling you, that will show you every step along the way which step to take. And if you get that, then from wherever you are to where you want to be, every step along the way is a joyful step. The only moment that it stops being joyful is when you stop and look at where you are in a sort of depression that you're not where you want to be. And that comparison isn't good for you. It would be like going to the new car dealership and saying, I want a new car and I want you to design it especially for me, and I want it to look mostly like that one, but with one exception. You know that glass thing that's out there in front? I think they call it a windshield. You say to the guy, I want my windshield in the floorboard. Don't put it out there. Put it here, because I really am concerned about where I am at all times. So just put it there, and I'll just hope for the best out there. And you're laughing because you know that's silly. You know that you're much better off, if there's any motion happening, to be looking where you're going. But what you forget is that there's vibrational motion happening all the time. And if you're looking at what is, then that's why you don't feel good. That's why you're tripping up. That's why it isn't fun. That's why it doesn't feel good. Look out there where you're going, because where you're going is sure. And you know how we know? Because we're really smart. We are. We know because we're over there where you're going. We saw you put it there. We embraced it when you put it there. We're standing in the vibrational attitude of it. We have become the vibrational equivalent of it, and we are calling you toward it. And when you go toward it, we didn't say when you get there. We're not ever going to say to you, when you get there, you'll feel better. We're saying when you look up and start your journey, your conscious journey toward where you want to go, you'll feel better. It doesn't matter where you are. You see, if you're really specifically knowing what you don't want, you're in the worst feeling place. If you get more general about it, you'll feel better. And from generally knowing what you don't want, you can generally know what you do want. But from specifically knowing what you don't want, you can't find the specifics of what you do want right here, right now. Now, you've launched them. In other words, the opposite of the wave, when you really know what you don't want, what you do want has been projected vibrationally into your vortex, and the source within you has become a vibrational match to it. And technically speaking, you are it. In other words, when you're sick, you are weller vibrationally than you were before you got sick. If you have a financial crisis, there's more money amassed for you vibrationally than before the crisis happened, because that's just the way this wave, this vibrational wave works. But the question isn't, did you launch the rocket? The question isn't, does the vortex of creation hold your vibrational improved life? It does. It does. It always does. The question is, what is your possibility of tuning to the frequency of what you do want when you're so tuned to the frequency of what you don't want? That's really what creation hinges on. It hinges on your ability to move your average going on all day, focus, to move it into the place that's more in alignment with who you really are and what you really want than with what you don't want, and sometimes with what you've got. And it all hinges upon you being so, we love you very much, intoxicated with what is. You know you are. What is so real. And you think it's real because you can hear it and see it and smell it and taste it and touch it. So it's real. And not only can you, others can too. So when others look at what is and agree that what is isn't what you want, it feels compelling enough that you keep wanting to talk about it. You keep wanting to explain it. You keep wanting to think about it. You keep wanting to keep it active in your vibration. Because after all, it's real and you don't want to be delusional. You really do. You don't want to be delusional. You don't want to stick your head in the sand. You don't want to not face reality. And we say, why would you face a reality that you don't want? Because it's real. Well, it may be temporarily real, but it's past tense. By the time it's manifested, it's old news. What's in the vortex is really where it's at, you see. The feeling of worthiness means whatever you're looking at, you're in agreement with Source. So when you are truly in your expanded worthiness, you're looking at government the way Source does. You're looking at medicine the way Source does. You're looking at economy and ecology and other people. You're looking at the irritating person who turned on the fire alarm in the middle of a meeting. And you're feeling all right about it because it was no big